Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Plague Doctor's Journal. In the dimly lit basement of the musty old library, historian Dr. Evelyn Hartman unearthed a dusty, leather-bound journal that sent shivers down her spine. The title on the worn cover read, The Plague Doctor's Journal. Its pages, brittle with age, held secrets that would plunge her into a nightmare she could never have imagined. The year was 2023, and Dr. Hartman, renowned for her expertise in medieval history, had stumbled upon this mysterious journal during one of her routine research trips. As she carefully opened it, a cloud of ancient dust wafted into the air, making her cough and sneeze. She couldn't contain her excitement, for she knew that the Plague Doctor's accounts from the 17th century would provide invaluable insights into a dark period of history. The journal's pages were filled with meticulous handwriting, detailing the gruesome treatments of mysterious patients the Plague Doctor had encountered. The treatments were horrifying: leeches, bloodletting, and foul-smelling ointments. The descriptions of patients suffering from the dreaded bubonic plague were equally chilling, their skin mottled with black pustules, their eyes hollow with despair. As Dr. Hartman delved deeper into the journal, she became increasingly engrossed by the vivid descriptions of the doctor's encounters. The doctor's notes were not merely medical, they contained hints of a darker, more sinister side to his work. References to strange rituals, cryptic symbols, and whispers of a plague of the soul sent a shiver down her spine. Days turned into weeks, and Dr. Hartman's obsession with the journal grew. She spent long hours poring over its pages, often forgetting to eat or sleep. Her once healthy appearance began to wither, and she became consumed by an insatiable curiosity to uncover the truth behind the enigmatic Plague Doctor's methods. Then the nightmares began. Each night she was plagued by vivid, unsettling dreams of being in the Plague Doctor's shoes, treating patients with grotesque ailments. She would wake in a cold sweat, her heart pounding, the stench of the plague-infested wards lingering in her nostrils. But it wasn't just the nightmares. Dr. Hartman's health began to deteriorate. Pustules erupted on her skin, reminiscent of the horrific descriptions in the journal. She suffered from fever, chills, and agonizing joint pain. She couldn't understand it. She had been perfectly healthy before discovering the journal. Desperation drove Dr. Hartman to consult with modern doctors, who were baffled by her mysterious illness. Tests revealed no logical explanation for her condition, and treatments proved ineffective. As her body wasted away, she became a living embodiment of the Plague Doctor's journal. One evening, in the throes of despair, Dr. Hartman returned to the basement of the library, clutching the accursed journal in her trembling hands. She needed answers, and the journal held the key. As she read deeper, the lines between her reality and the journal's accounts blurred. She began to feel an otherworldly presence, as if the Plague Doctor's spirit was reaching out to her from the past. The journal's final entries spoke of a forbidden ritual, a desperate attempt to harness the power of the plague for immortality. Dr. Hartman realized with a growing dread that she had unwittingly become a part of the ritual, a vessel for the Plague Doctor's malevolent spirit. In her weakened state, she attempted to destroy the journal, but it resisted her efforts. The leather-bound tome seemed impervious to fire, tearing, or any other form of destruction. It was as if it was bound to her fate. Dr. Hartman's health continued to deteriorate, and she became a prisoner of the Plague Doctor's curse. As her body succumbed to the relentless illness, her mind was filled with the doctor's twisted visions. She became a living relic of a bygone era, a horrifying testament to the journal's dark secrets. And so, the historian who had sought knowledge from the past became a nightmarish chapter in the Plague Doctor's journal, forever bound to the horrors of the 17th century, her own suffering mirroring the gruesome accounts that had consumed her. The library where Dr. Evelyn Hartman had found the journal had become her new prison. She rarely ventured outside, fearing the judgmental eyes of others who might witness her deteriorating condition. The isolation and despair were unbearable, but there was no escape from the relentless grip of the Plague Doctor's curse. As weeks turned into months, Dr. Hartman's mind became increasingly entangled with the Plague Doctor's memories. She would often lose herself in vivid hallucinations, seeing the world through the Plague Doctor's eyes. She could hear the agonized screams of patients, feel the weight of the mask on her face, and smell the noxious fumes of the plague wards. The lines between her identity and that of the long-dead doctor blurred, and she questioned her own existence. In her most lucid moments, Dr. Hartman began to piece together the plague doctor's true intentions. The journal's cryptic references to a plague of the soul were not mere metaphor. The doctor had sought to transcend mortality, to become a vessel for the plague itself, believing it to be a source of ultimate power. And now that dark ambition was consuming her, body and soul. Desperation drove Dr. Hartman to reach out to experts in the occult and paranormal. They were her last hope, the only ones who might understand the malevolent force that had taken hold of her. In secret meetings and hidden chambers, they performed rituals and consulted ancient texts, attempting to exorcise the plague doctor's spirit. But each ritual seemed to strengthen the doctor's hold on Dr. Hartman, making her illness more virulent and her visions more horrifying. The line between the past and present continued to blur, and she found herself torn between two worlds, neither of which offered solace or escape. One fateful night, as a violent storm raged outside, the occult experts gathered for a final, desperate attempt to break the curse. They chanted incantations, drew protective circles, and invoked the powers of the supernatural. As the room crackled with energy, Dr. Hartman's body contorted, racked with pain, and her screams filled the air. In the midst of the chaotic ritual, a dark figure materialized in the room, an eerie, shadowy silhouette of the plague doctor himself. He sneered with malevolence, his hollow eyes fixing on Dr. Hartman. With a chilling whisper, he declared, "You are mine." The ritual spiraled out of control, and a violent surge of energy engulfed the room. When the storm subsided, the occult experts found themselves alone, the journal lying in the center of a scorched circle. Dr. Hartman was gone, her existence consumed by the malevolent spirit of the plague doctor. To this day, the journal remains locked away in the depths of the library, its dark secrets guarded by an ancient curse. Those who dared to seek its forbidden knowledge are warned of the fate that befell Dr. Evelyn Hartman, the historian who became a living relic of the 17th century, forever bound to the horrors of the plague doctor's journal. And the journal itself, untouched by time, continues to beckon to those who are willing to pay the price for unlocking its dreadful secrets. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.